Okay, hi guys. This is a video I'm making for everybody here. About life. I'm 41 and a half, almost. And although I may not be extremely old, I've seen a lot of life. Okay, I've seen a lot of things. I've had enough time to be, studying myself and the world around me, reflecting, especially from the human, natural ways. Now, I'm different to everybody else. Everybody is unique, we are who we are. We all have our own ways of thinking, ways of doing things, ways of seeing the world, and it is also very, very much heavily, most of the time 100% for a lot of people. Oh, that's a very, very big, scary thing. But let's just say most people, okay, most of the time. Excuse me. It's early morning here. I'm just waking up, okay? Got a bit of a cough. Most people, as I was saying, have been influenced by, the environment, the world around them, and that's what they know, that's their knowledge. And that's the way the world works, so to speak, that's the real world. And I've been saying for many years, I've been trying to put the message of truth out there, okay? For many years, I've been trying to express absolute truth. So, if you've seen the movie The Matrix, Morpheus says to Neo, in the movie, it's like you have to wake up. You've been living in a dream world. But how can I tell anyone that? Because it sounds like I have an ego. Well, please hear me out. The world around us is ran by illusion. The world around us is ran by illusion. It's ran on illusions, delusions, trickery. I don't know the best words to write. It's all a circus act, I'm a 41-year-old, 41 and a half, and I'm not the oldest person in the world, but I have seen enough of life, as I say, to understand myself and the world around me to a good degree. I've learned enough about the human life, and to be able to reflect and have some kind of essence, of what the values of life are. What we can get from this life is what I mean. Not just my personal opinion of what I see as good or bad. No, but what the values are of life, and what you can get. Everything is mental and physical experience. And the five senses of the body bringing those experiences real when it comes to the mind, obviously, and the mind knows things. So the mind is what it's all about, really. And the mind is the driver of this vehicle, the body. Money. I'm going to say this, if you can please try to contemplate over and over. money truly is nothing. Survival is very important. There's so much more you can do with your life. Hold on. Now, life itself is a beautiful thing. But we waste too much time and energy. Time and energy, which is T. And you can't waste that time and energy. Your time and your energy is your life. You are just energy. Everything you're fighting for is against something else. And everything you're fighting against is for something else, right? So, we are fighting. We are using our energy for purposes, for reasons. The erratic mind constantly moving with its reasons, its choices. Why do they make choices? Can't we say that all choices are based on fear? All choices. There's always, at least 99.9% of the time, it seems like fear is the factor. Fear makes people want to choose something over something else, to act, to do something, to say something. It's fear. Fear of failure in one way or another. Fear of being seen as a failure, which is also a failure. Just fear of suffering. Fear of suffering at the hands of others, at the hands of everything. But people are always trying to survive. But it's always a victim and a paranoia standpoint, you know. From a victim and paranoia standpoint, where they want to do things, but their mind is erratic. And they waste up so much time and energy trying to impress others. Trying to impress others. You may be 20-something years of age, and you may be trying to impress your boss. Maybe you are close with the boss at the right hand side of the boss, maybe, and you want to be in that seat, so you're trying to do anything to please them, even dress like them, speak like them, and act smart. You have to carry a certain character around with you, a kind of way of behaving, so as to earn respect. People believe that true respect comes with like a level of fear as well, and manipulation of others. If there's any manipulation in life, you're manipulating yourself, you're deceiving yourself. If there's any deception in the world that you are taking part in, you're deceiving yourself, and you are ultimately weak regardless of how you feel, confident or fearful. But life has there is no competition, and there is no need to fear. All you have are these cells and atoms. That's all you have that makes your body. Photons, neutrons, whatever, you know. I'm not a scientist, physicist, but if you go down to the quark, they say the quarks in a quantum level. They talk about the quarks and the Planck energy. Look it up. We are made of quarks, they're called. The smallest level, but you can go smaller, we don't even know, you know. Well, I don't. That's all we're made of. The same as anything in the world, but I just give you a basic example. Atoms, which are much bigger. But atoms, we are made of these tiny atoms. So when you see somebody standing in front of you, it's our atoms, you know, it's all it is. someone's a pile of atoms. Before you can understand true respect and be a person of quality, you have to understand what you are. Understand and value this universe is here, all the nature is here, everything around us. Money is nothing. Money is a system. You need money to live. Yeah, you need money to live, okay? Don't you? Because people are trying to manipulate people. And they won't let you live without it. And you need to stop dressing a certain way to impress people. Walking, talking, body language, whatever it is, all that acting. It's a clown act. It's not an insult here, I'm telling you. If you continue for the rest of your life like that, it will be nothing but a stupid character that doesn't even exist. It doesn't represent the true you. And never, ever a happy you. Never a free you. You'll always be a prisoner, a complete slave to your own weakness, trying to fit in constantly. And that's the way of the world. You say that's the way of life. No, it is not. There are better ways. And you can have a better life when you're more simple. It doesn't mean that if you had more money you could, you can't use it and travel to another part of the world and see the most beautiful flowers on trees and or whatever. And the clearest oceans. It doesn't mean that. But the problem is we are never here. We are always far out there in the world, always seeking more. And believe you and me, if we didn't have money on this world, it would be something else. Something else. The mind's always seeking more. You know what I mean? You give the guy an apple, and he's seen other fruits before, so he's grateful for the apple, but after a while he starts to think, as he's biting into the apple, I wish I had a peach. They say what you don't know can't hurt you. And sometimes what we do know hurts us, the knowledge. But it's not really that, it's all information. We tie too much into emotion and we hurt ourselves. When you're physically under a lot of stress, it can affect your mind and add to the power of this delusion. When the mind is under a lot of stress, it can also affect the body. Please remember that money, society, and all of the things you see in society, everything, the symbols, the flags, the language, the written language, the spoken language, the songs they've sang for years, the government, the kings, the politics, the rules, regulations in any area of society, the laws that constantly change, the clothes, the fashion, the style, the clothing over the years, all the years and decades of the human race, the technology, okay, all of this stuff, everything, the way people talk now or did talk before, it's all made up. The customs, the habits, the traditions, the wars, the history, the good, the bad, the weapons, I won't say medicine, I'm just saying the concoctions, the cooking methods or whatever, it's all made up. The office with all of its computers and printers and all the rest of it, only because those things were invented is those activities going on in the workplace. And the things that people are ordering people around, and the way people are running, and not just running the place, but running each other down to the ground and backstabbing each other this way there and that way in that workplace. It's a different, it's like they're all trying to devour themselves and each other. A different kind of chaos, unnecessary burning up, based on not, non-functioning, they say non-functioning systems. Nature is the way. But just saying that doesn't help you, right? Just be honest with yourself and remember you're a pile of atoms. Like anybody else, it's a pile of atoms. One tree in the forest cannot compare itself to others. You don't see flowers trying to lead each other. There is good enough in life, and good enough knowledge in life, the world, the universe, as a standpoint for you to know better. Of course, I wish myself and everybody out there an easier life, better ways of making money when it's for survival. I do not mean extra money for fun stuff, whatever you extra stuff. And there are different ways. There are places where doors are open, put it that way, and you've got to keep looking. But when the doors are closed, it doesn't matter how hard you knock, sometimes you're just going to break your arm. And you're going to waste years of your life basically putting yourself down. It's like locking yourself into a prison for 40 years. It's like, really, trust me, maybe you're 20 now, when you're 40 you'll know. I've been working since I was 16, okay? And I've done all I could within this limited frame. There are people in this world, this frame of body and mind. There are people in the world who are worse off than me, who have, disabilities or physical, differences and things like that. So I'm lucky, and I always value my health first. But it really is. It's like putting yourself in a prison. It's like, crippling yourself for 40 years. Putting yourself in a disadvantage, just following others. Trying to impress others. I've never tried to go and impress others, never. There's nobody above me, there's nobody better than me to be trying to impress. The moment I do that, I fall out of truth, and I fall out of myself. I just do what I can, and when I move on to different things, I do that too. Come from within, always reflect on within. You won't even need to be pushing yourself to try to impress yourself based on the world around you. It doesn't make sense. The world, the natural earth is nature, it's real. But this phony society you see around you, all of it is not. All the famous, the big names, the company, the brands, all of it, the symbol, the logo, the slogans, the jargon, the way people, whoever is this important figure, is all nonsense. The gold watch or the fancy suit, it doesn't mean anything. Status. You talk about respect amongst people. Have self-respect more above that. Because when we die, that stuff's left behind. Everything, the clothes, even in your body, everything, your items, your material things, everything is made of atoms and the quarks of the universe, the energy, the photons, neutrons, the quarks, the Planck energy, or whatever you want to call it, the photon, the atoms, the cells, it's all made of atoms, just energy. You don't see that, but that's what it is. So make good use of your lungs, your heart that you've got, your breath. Take care of your body the best you can, your mind. Calm down a bit and make good use of your time and energy. Make make good use of your time to stretch it out, because we're always talking about lengthening your life and living a longer life. Well, that's one way you can do it, by not rushing through your life, by stopping, and just following others or trying to impress others. Come to the self. Come to the self. If you leave the self, anything you do will be meaningless. Okay, everything it's not a case of balancing things out. Okay? What you do for yourself should be for yourself, right? For what you truly care for. So if you care for your family or whatever, same thing. It's coming through your heart. It can be difficult. You have to try to, keep a job until you at least move on to another one. But there are things you can choose. And I see a lot of unhappy people and confused young people. I will share this message throughout my life and more probably. I'm 41 and a half now. I'll be sharing this when I'm 60. I know I will, because I was sharing this message when I was 20, 22. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening.